Is this the end of Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage? Just a few weeks ago, the world saw Justin Bieber lose his cool in a way no one expected. On April 9, 2025, while trying to enjoy a coffee at a cafe in Palm Springs, the paparazzi cornered him with relentless questions about his relationship with Hailey. "Are you together? Are you breaking up? What's going on with the divorce?" they shouted at him non-stop. Justin, with his nerves on edge, couldn't hold back. "This is my home," he burst out, his voice cracking with frustration. "This is where I live, where I want peace. I don't want you here." It wasn't a celebrity tantrum. It was something raw, human, as if he had been holding in that scream for months, maybe even years. That moment, caught on video, went viral within hours. But it's not just an isolated clip. It's a sign of something much bigger that's shaking up Justin's life, a storm that's been brewing for some time. But this wasn't an isolated moment. Something bigger was growing. Days later, Justin appeared at Coachella 2025, an event that should have been a fun getaway, a moment to reconnect with music and fans. Instead, it turned into a whirlwind of concern that had everyone talking. Videos of him started circulating on TikTok and X, showing a side of Justin that didn't match the superstar image we know. In one clip, he's hunched over, smoking what appears to be a joint, nodding his head to his own song, "What Do You Mean?" but not in a relaxed or cool way. There was something unsettling about his posture, in the way he seemed lost in his own world. Fans noticed it immediately. "He doesn't seem okay," wrote one user on X, while another commented, "This isn't just a party, it's a sign of something deeper." In another video, Justin is shirtless, dancing erratically in the middle of a crowd, while Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us blares in the background. His thin, tattoo-covered body and distant gaze set off alarm bells. This wasn't the Justin who used to dominate the stage with a confident smile. This was someone who seemed to be struggling just to stay afloat. The concern wasn't limited to social media. Sources close to Justin, according to reports. Both TMZ and Page 6 admitted that they are worried about him. "He's not the same," said an anonymous insider. "He's been more withdrawn, more fragile, and Coachella only made it more obvious." Fans also noticed his physical appearance, thinner, with pronounced dark circles under his eyes, as if he hadn't slept in weeks. On X, a user wrote, "Justin looks like a shell of who he used to be. What's happening to him?" Some speculated about his mental health, recalling his own words in past interviews, where he spoke openly about his depression, his anxiety, and the pressures of fame. Others went further, wondering if he had relapsed into old habits, although there is no concrete evidence of that. What is clear is that Coachella was not just a night of partying for Justin. It was a moment that shone a spotlight on his emotional and physical state, and the world couldn't look away. And then, one detail got everyone talking even more. Amid those viral Coachella videos, there was a moment that sparked an even bigger controversy. In one of the recordings, Justin is smoking and dancing, completely lost in his own world, while his younger brother, Jackson, who is only 15, is just a few meters away. The scene is uncomfortable, a global icon in party mode, with a minor close to all that chaotic energy. Fans were quick to react. "What is Jackson doing there?" commented a user on X. "This isn't right. Justin should be more responsible." The criticism started pouring in, with some calling Justin irresponsible and others wondering how a teenager ended up in such an environment. But then Hailey entered the scene, and her presence changed the narrative. In the video, she is seen placing her hands on Jackson's shoulders, calmly guiding him out of the area, as if trying to put out a fire without anyone noticing. She didn't say a word. She didn't make a scene, but her body language spoke for itself. She was taking control of a situation that had clearly gotten away from Justin. That small gesture sparked a debate on social media. Hailey had to step in because Justin wasn't in control, wrote a fan on TikTok, while another commented, "She's always cleaning up his messes." Some praised Hailey for her quick and discreet response, seeing her as the adult in the room. Others, however, used the moment to criticize Justin even more, pointing out that a younger brother shouldn't be exposed to that kind of environment. "He's a role model, isn't he? How does he allow Jackson to be there?" wrote a user on X. The controversy grew when some fans recalled that Justin has spoken about how important his family is to him, especially his younger siblings, whom he considers his anchor amid the craziness of fame. Seeing Jackson so close to such an intense scene was, for many, a sign that Justin is not in the best place. While fans debated, Hailey was facing her own problems. Right in the midst of this chaos, Hailey decided to share something deeply personal that left everyone speechless. On April 21st, she posted an Instagram story showing her swollen abdomen, accompanied by an honest message: "I have 2 ovarian cysts right now. If you're dealing with this, I'm with you." It was a vulnerable moment, a reminder that behind the headlines and speculation, Hailey is a person dealing with her own battles. This isn't the first time she's spoken about this. In 2022, she shared a similar experience, describing the physical and emotional pain of a cyst the size of an apple. She has also been open about a terrifying episode that same year, when a blood clot in her brain sent her to the hospital. At that time, she said it was one of the scariest moments of her life, but that the experience made her stronger. Now, with 2 ovarian cysts affecting her, Hailey is facing another trial, and she's doing so under the constant scrutiny of the media. Sources close to the couple, according to reports from Us Weekly, say that Hailey is exhausted. She is not only dealing with physical pain and uncertainty about her health, but also with the pressure of being Justin Bieber's wife at a time when he seems to be falling apart. "She's doing the best she can, but it's a lot," an insider commented. Between her health problems and the tension with Justin, she barely has room to breathe. Some fans have speculated that these struggles might be affecting their marriage more than they let on. After all, taking care of yourself while trying to support someone who is emotionally unstable is not easy, especially when the whole world is watching your every move. For many, Hailey's courage in speaking about her cysts was a reminder of her strength, but also a sign that not everything is okay in her world. But health issues are not the only thing weighing on them. Rumors of a multi-million-dollar divorce are everywhere and don't seem to be fading away. There's talk of a possible separation that could cost $300 million, a figure that would not only break hearts but also financial empires. It all started with small details that fans couldn't ignore. Justin and Hailey have barely been seen together in public lately, and when they are, their body language is cold, distant, as if they were on different planets. At a recent event, a red carpet for the launch of Hailey's brand, Rode, photographers caught Justin looking down at the ground with his hands in his pockets, while Hailey posed with a strained smile. "They don't look happy," commented a fan on TikTok, and thousands agreed. Hailey's posts on social media have also fueled the speculation. A few weeks ago, she shared a cryptic quote that said, "Sometimes you have to let go of what you love to find peace." Fans went wild, analyzing every word as if it were a clue in a mystery. Justin, for his part, hasn't been at his best. He's been seen breaking down in tears in public on several occasions, something that isn't new, but now seems to be happening more often. In March 2025, he shared a post on Instagram about his struggle with online hate and imposter syndrome, saying, "Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve to be here." That kind of vulnerability is part of what makes fans love him, but it's also a sign that he's carrying a huge burden. Neither he nor Hailey have addressed the divorce rumors directly, and that silence is causing the speculation to snowball. "If there's nothing to hide, why don't they say anything?" asked a user on TikTok. Some believe they are protecting their privacy, especially now that they have a young child, Jack Blues, born in August 2024. Others think the end is near, and that the emotional and financial cost will be enormous. A close source, according to People, assured that the relationship is not as bad as people say, but it is tense. The question everyone is asking is, can they save it? And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any bigger, another name entered the conversation that always seems to come back: Selena Gomez. In April 2025, Selena married producer Benny Blanco in an intimate ceremony in Los Angeles, and the internet went wild. For Jelena fans, those who have never stopped dreaming of a reconciliation between Justin and Selenatis was a hard blow. But it was also a moment that reignited old theories about Justin's feelings. He looks lost since she got married, wrote one user on X, while another commented, "Justin never got over Selena, and Hailey knows it." The narrative is juicy. An emotionally fragile Justin, trapped in a marriage that doesn't fulfill him, while the love from his past shines brighter than ever. There is no concrete evidence that Selena is a factor in Justin and Hailey's problems, but the timing of her wedding did not go unnoticed. Benny Blanco, after all, is someone who has worked with Justin in the past, which makes the connection even more intriguing. Fans have dug up old interviews, social media posts, and even song lyrics to support the theory that Justin still carries Selena in his heart. His 2021 album Justice, for example, includes songs that many interpreted as nods to his past relationship, although Justin never confirmed it. Meanwhile, Selena has moved on, looking happier than ever with Benny. In a recent interview with Vogue, she said, "I have found my home and I wouldn't trade that for anything." That statement, although it didn't mention Justin, was enough for fans to speculate about how it might have affected him. For many, Selena's wedding is the perfect ingredient to fuel the drama, especially when Justin seems to be at such a vulnerable point. But not everyone is convinced. "Justin loves Hailey, period," wrote one fan in his defense. "Stop dragging Selena into this." However, the shadow of Jelena remains impossible to ignore. Amid all this chaos, Justin tried to clear things up, but on April 24, Justin broke his silence on Instagram with a post that tried to put out the fire of the rumors. He posted a photo of himself and Hailey hugging, with a caption that read, "If I were you, it would be hard not to be jealous of how amazing Hailey and I are doing. What we have is so strong that I understand why some people can't stand it." It was an attempt to show unity, to tell the world that their marriage is solid, but not everyone bought it. "It sounds forced," commented a fan on TikTok. "If everything is so great, why does it look so bad?" The images from Coachella, his confrontation with the paparazzi, and his public breakdown still weigh heavier than his words. Even the photo he shared raised suspicions. Hailey was barely smiling and Justin looked more determined than happy. "It's as if he's trying to convince himself as much as the world," wrote another user. Justin's post also came at a curious moment. Hours earlier, Hailey had shared an Instagram story that simply said, "Be strong, everything passes." Fans, as always, analyzed every word, wondering if it was a message for herself, for Justin, or for the haters. The lack of clarity between them has only added more fuel to the fire. Some believe they are working on their relationship, especially for the sake of their son, Jack. Others think that the pressure of fame, combined with their personal struggles, might be too much. A source close to the couple, according to Entertainment Tonight, said, "Justin and Hailey are committed, but it's not easy. The arrival of their child changed things, and they're navigating that while dealing with public scrutiny." The mention of Jack Blues, their 8-month-old baby, adds another layer of complexity. Parenthood should be a time of joy, but for Justin, it seems to have brought more pressure than happiness. So, what does all this mean for the future of Justin and Hailey? To understand how we got here, we need to go back a bit. Justin and Hailey met in 2009 when she was just a teenager and a fan of his. Their relationship started as a friendship, but in 2015, after Justin broke up with Selena Gomez, they began dating on and off. In 2018, they surprised the world by getting married in a secret ceremony in New York, just months after getting engaged. At that time, they seemed like the perfect couple, young, successful, and in love. Justin spoke openly about how Hailey helped him get through some of his darkest moments, including his battle with addiction and mental health. "She is my rock," he said in an interview with Apple Music in 2020. Hailey, for her part, has been a calming force, building her road brand while supporting Justin in his career. But even during the happy days, there were signs of tension. Selena's fans never fully accepted Hailey, and the constant comparisons between the two have cast a shadow over their relationship. In 2022, Hailey addressed the topic on the Call Her Daddy podcast, saying, "It's exhausting to be compared to someone all the time, but I love Justin, and that's enough for me." That same year, rumors of marital problems began to surface, fueled by the emotional distance fans noticed at public events. Then came the birth of Jack Blues in August 2024, a moment that should have brought them closer together. Instead, it seems to have exposed the cracks in their relationship. Parenthood is tough for anyone, but for Justin, with everything he already has on his plate, it has been overwhelming, a source told In Touch Weekly. Justin's mental health has been a recurring topic over the years. In his 2020 documentary Seasons, he talked about how fame led him to a dark place, including thoughts of wanting to shut down and his struggle with substances. "There were times when I didn't want to go on," he admitted. According to him, his faith and his marriage to Hailey were what saved him. But now, with the events of 2025, many are wondering if those anchors are still enough. In March, he shared a message on Instagram that worried fans. "The hate is still so strong. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong." That kind of honesty is part of what makes fans love him. But it's also a reminder that, despite his success, Justin is still human and humans break. Hailey, meanwhile, has had to deal with her own share of hate. Since marrying Justin, she has been the target of criticism and cruel comments, especially from Selena's fans. In 2023, an alleged drama involving Kylie Jenner and Selena Gomez led to Hailey receiving death threats, which prompted her to speak publicly about the impact on her mental health. "Enough is enough," she wrote on Instagram. "This is not a game. This is my life." Now, with her health issues and the divorce rumors, Hailey seems to be in an impossible position, maintaining her brand, taking care of her child, and supporting a husband who appears to be falling apart, all while the world watches her. Coachella 2025 was not the first time fans noticed that something was wrong. Over the past few months, there have been subtle but consistent signs. In February, during an appearance on The Tonight Show, Justin seemed withdrawn, answering questions with monosyllables and avoiding eye contact. Fans on X commented that he looked empty, while others defended him, saying he was just tired. In March, he was seen crying alone in a park in Los Angeles, with a hoodie covering his face. The photos went viral, and although some attributed it to a bad day, others saw it as part of a pattern. "Justin is not okay, and we're all seeing it," wrote a fan on TikTok. The confrontation with the paparazzi in Palm Springs was, in many ways, the last straw. Justin has always had a complicated relationship with the media. In 2016, he deleted his Instagram account after paparazzi and fans relentlessly harassed him. "I just want to be left alone," he said at the time. Now, almost a decade later, it seems that little has changed. The paparazzi are still a constant presence, and with divorce rumors at their peak, every move he makes is scrutinized. "It's as if he can't even breathe without someone recording him," commented a fan on X. For Justin, who has spoken about his need for privacy, Especially now that he's a father, the constant invasion must feel like a prison. Meanwhile, Hailey has tried to keep things under control. Her brand, Rode, continues to grow, with a new product launch in April that received positive reviews. But even in her moments of success, she can't escape the headlines about her marriage. In a recent interview with W Magazine, she said, "I am more than someone's wife. I have my own dreams." That statement, though empowering, was interpreted by some as a sign that she's tired of living in Justin's shadow. Others, however, saw it as an affirmation of her independence, not as an indication of marital problems. "Hailey's doing her own thing, and that's admirable," wrote a fan on Instagram. The birth of Jack Blues should have been a moment of unity, but for Justin and Hailey, it seems to have brought more questions than answers. Parenthood is a challenge for any couple, but for a couple under constant scrutiny, it's even more complicated. Justin has spoken about his desire to be a good father, saying in a 2024 interview with Zane Lowe, "I want to give my child the life I never had." But the images from Coachella and his recent behavior have led some to question whether he is in a position to do so. "I don't doubt that he loves Jack, but he needs help," wrote a fan on X. Hailey, for her part, has been seen as the stabilizing force, taking care of Jack while dealing with her own health issues. Selena Gomez's wedding to Benny Blanco added an extra layer of drama that no one expected. Selena and Justin had an on and off relationship for almost a decade, and although both have moved on, fans have never stopped speculating about what could have been. Selena's happiness with Benny, combined with Justin's visible struggles, has created a narrative that's hard to ignore. "Selena is living her best life and Justin seems stuck," wrote a user on TikTok. But not everyone agrees. "Justin chose Hailey and that's all that matters," commented another fan. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Justin has moved on, but the shadow of his past with Selena will always be there, especially when fans insist on keeping it alive. Here we are, with a Justin Bieber who seems to be on the verge of something, whether it's a breakdown, an awakening, or something entirely different. From his outburst against the paparazzi in Palm Springs to the unsettling Coachella videos, not to mention Hailey's health issues and the rumors of a divorce that could change everything, this story is far from over. The question that remains is, will Justin and Hailey be able to weather this storm, or are we witnessing the end of an era? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain: the world is watching. Justin has been through dark times before and has come out on top, but this time, with a child, a wife, and more intense scrutiny than ever, the stakes are higher. Hailey, meanwhile, is showing a strength that many admire, but even the strongest people have their limits. What do you think? Do you believe Justin is in crisis? Or is he just being himself, navigating life under a microscope? Is Hailey the rock that's holding everything together? Or is she also on the verge of breaking down? And above all, can they save their marriage? Or will the rumors of a multi-million-dollar divorce come true? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next updates. This story is just beginning, and something tells me that what's coming will be even more shocking.